How seasons occur. Hello friends, today we will study about the next chapter, chapter number 8, How Seasons Occur, part 2. Can you tell in which month duration of the day was around 12 hours? Well, the length of the day in June was about 12 hours. This is because 21st June is the summer solstice and just like it has the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere. On this day, sun is directly overheaded at the Tropic of Cancer, which is why the day is longer than any other day of the year. The length of the day in September and December is shorter than June because Earth's axis is tilted away from the sun during these months. Due to this, the sun rays are spread over a larger area, resulting in less direct sunlight and shorter days. The change in the position of the shadow of a stick is due to rotation of Earth on its axis. Next, as the Earth rotates, the position of the sun in the sky changes, causing the shadow on the stick to move. The position of the sun on the horizon keeps changing at a time of sunrise and sunset throughout the year. Which of the following factors could be related with the change in the position of shadow of the stick and the difference in the duration of daytime? Well, friends, the summer solstice, the sun rises and sets at its northernmost point on the horizon, while during winter solstice, it rises and sets at its southernmost point on the horizon. The changes in the position of the stick's shadow and the difference in the length of the day are related to Earth's axis and Earth's rotation. The Earth's rotation causes the sun position in the sky to change, while the tilt of the Earth's axis causes the amount of sunlight to be spread over a larger area, resulting in a shorter day. Let's move on to the next topic, apparent movement of the sun. Students, you must have realized through your observation that the position of the sun at sunrise appears to change on the horizon every day. Its position appears to move towards the north or south in the course of a year. However, in reality, the sun does not move anywhere. That is why this movement of sun towards the north or south in a year is called the apparent movement of the sun. The position of rising sun keeps on moving towards the south in the period from 21st June to 22nd December. This period is called Dakshinayan. From 22nd December to 21st June, the sun keeps moving towards the north. We must have seen this phenomenon happening with our own eyes. This period is called Uttarayan. The revolution of Earth around the sun and the tilted axis of Earth are the two factors responsible for apparent movement of the sun. Friends, seasons occurs only with reference to the northern and southern hemisphere. Okay friends, now let's move on to think about it. So, after studying all this, can you answer in which direction will the location of sunrise and sunset appears to move after 22nd of December? Yes, it will move towards the north, which is also known as Uttarayan. Now let's move on. Always remember students, this year you will study the apparent motion of the sun in your science textbook, as well as in that book the sun's east-west motion from sunrise to sunset, that is its diurnal apparent motion, is also considered. In geography, we consider the apparent north-south movement of the sun. In both the motions, the sun only appears to move and does not actually move. The diurnal apparent movement of sun is related to rotation of the earth, whereas its annual apparent movement is related to the revolution of the earth and the tilt of the earth axis. Okay, students, let's move on to seasons, change of seasons around the world. Now, let us see about the seasons, what happened to them, why season changes with this movement and rotation of earth. Okay, seasons have been decided on the basis of duration of sunlight, equinoxes, and solstice. The equatorial region does not experience any change of season. Hence, the climate in that region does not change at all in the year. In places beyond the equatorial region in either hemisphere, summer and winter are experienced one after another within a year. The occurrence of season one after the other in a year leads to cycle of seasons. Generally, there are two seasons, summer and winter, on the earth. However, in some places, seasons are taken to be four in all. The changes in the atmosphere, vapor in the air, and the wind and the precipitation also influences the season. Continuous occurrence of rain in a specific period give rise to an additional season besides summer and winter. Due to local conditions, seasons other than summer and winter are seen to occur in different parts. For example, rain occurs in India in a specific period. Therefore, we considered four seasons, such as summer, rainy season, the period of retreating monsoon and winter. There are four seasons in Europe and North America too. They are summer, autumn, winter, and spring. See, seasons are determined based on sunlight duration. And equinox and solstice, the equatorial region does not experience any seasonal changes. Its climate remains the same all over the year around. And as we move away from the equator, we see that each hemisphere experiences alternate summer and winter during the year. Generally, there are only two main seasons, summer and winter, but in some regions, there are four distinct seasons that can be experienced. Changes in the atmosphere, wind, vapor, and rainfall also influences the seasons. When a particular period receives continuous rain, it creates an additional season apart from summer and winter, which actually contains of humid climate and all. For example, in India, there are four seasons: summer, rainy season, autumn, and winter. But in Europe and North America, there are four seasons: summer, autumn, winter, and spring. Now let's move on to the next topic, the cycle of season and the living world. If the Earth's axis were not tilted, the same climatic condition would have prevailed throughout the year. The seasons would not have occurred. One and the same type of climatic conditions would have prevailed on each of the different parallels. It is the tilt of the axis that leads to occurrence of season, change and diversity on the earth. The living world on the earth is affected by the cycle of season. For example, in the region between 66 degree latitude and longitude 90 degree in both the hemisphere, even the mild sunlight available for a part of the year give rise to certain flora and fauna. Different. In the Antarctic region, at southernmost part of the earth, birds like penguins, fish like seal, and animals like walrus are found. In the polar region of the northern hemisphere, animals like reindeers, polar bear, Arctic foxes are found. People living in these regions too have adapted to the natural conditions prevailing in that region. Our adaptation to climatic condition is possible only up to a certain limit. That is why organisms prefer a certain habitat. During extreme cold climatic conditions, when the food supply becomes scarce, a number of birds and animals migrate temporarily. Trees bear fruits in a particular season. Therefore, agricultural season also depends on the local climatic conditions. In polar areas, snow line shifts north or south according to season. This affects migration of birds and animals. Students, when we see if the earth were not tilted, there would be no seasons and the climate would remain uniform everywhere throughout the year. It is this axial tilt that brings seasonal changes and climatic diversities to our planet. Different forms of life are influenced by the cycle of season. We can see that, for example, in the region between 60 degree to 90-degree poles, the limited sunlight available during the part of the year still supports some plants and animals. In the Arctic region, near the South Pole, animals like penguins, seals, and walrus are found. We can see them easily. And similarly, in the Arctic region, in Antarctic region, we see that in Arctic region near the North Pole, we find reindeers, polar bear, and Arctic foxes. Humans living there have adapted to those harsh natural conditions. However, adaptation has certain limitations. So every living being prefers a specific habitat. For example, like during extremely cold season when food is scarce, many birds and animals they migrate temporarily to other regions. They go from one place to another place and then they again after the change of the season they come back again. Trees bear fruits in specific seasons. Different trees and different fruits we find different fruits in different seasons. Not in the same we can't find a similar fruit in all the seasons. Do we? No. So, farming activities depend largely on local climatic conditions. So, did you know? Let's move on to see that Arctic tern. It is a kind of a bird. And once the winter at the North Pole becomes severe, this bird travels southwards. When it's summer in the northern hemisphere, it flies back towards the North Pole. It has to travel in search of food. In the course of 1 year, it travels around 70,000 kilometers. It might be the only species in the world that experiences summer twice in a year. My God. Now let's talk about the Siberian crane. You must have seen this. Due to severe winter and lack of food, cranes from the cold northern regions visit India, traveling around 8 to 10,000 kilometers. Once the summer starts in India, they migrate back to the north.